do I hate, but kind of love being right. Oh, some juicy news that came out, and we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the video. What's going on, guys? That guy Ken back with another video. It's been a few weeks since I posted my last video, but I actually have a string of videos that I'm going to drop pretty soon, man, because there's a lot of stuff that I actually want to talk about. But today we're going to talk about some nobody wants cloud gaming. Nobody wants cloud gaming. And we're going to get into some details about that, but let's just get into it, man. So if you haven't already heard the news recently, Stadia has been officially canceled as of, I think it's January 2023, sometime next year, early next year. They're going to be closing down Stadia. And that's actually pretty monumental news, man. You know, especially for those of us who've been talking about this whole cloud gaming thing and subscription-based gaming thing. You know, it's crazy to see that all along, lo and behold, we were right the whole time. Nobody wants freaking cloud gaming. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants it. And it's clear. It was clear from the beginning, you know, that especially Stadia, the way that they were trying to offer their products and stuff like that, man. You know, they were offering people to, you know, not only did you have to buy the controller and subscribe to their service or whatever it was, right? But then you had to rebuy the same games that you had before. And then you have to deal with all of the different components of, you know, trying to play your games over the cloud or whatever the case is, right? In theory, you know, it's a pretty cool idea, but the way that they tried to implement it, man, and just the nature of gaming over the internet, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. You know, we don't have the infrastructure there ready for it to properly work for everybody consistently, right? So I mean, it was obvious. I mean, the writing was on the wall for me and for everybody else who understood, you know, how cloud gaming functioned to begin with. You know, I mean, think about it, right? Why would somebody want to use cloud gaming, right, when they could, well, at a basis, right, at a base level, when they could use their hardware that they know is reliable, right? Now, like I mentioned before, Stadia was trying to sell their games, right, separately from any of the other services, right? So you weren't getting any new games, period. They were trying to sell you the same old games that you had already before, but the only difference is now you have to play over this network or whatever the case is, right? Where the network can affect it, your ISPs will affect everything, and there's a lot of different factors that, you know, fall into, you know, trying to make sure that your gaming experience is actually good. You know, latency is just a thing when you're trying to deal with the internet in general. You know what I mean? So, and then not to mention that a lot of people, you know, just in general, you know, have obviously, like I said, ISPs, they have internet service providers that they have to deal with, you know, so they have things like data caps and stuff like that, right? So now you have, not only you have to consider, you know, all of those other things, latency and all that, right? But now you have to deal with the idea of, you know, your ISP, right? The data caps and how much money you have to put towards them to make sure that your gaming experience is good, right? So the thing is think about it, right? If you're gonna go for, I don't know, anywhere, right? If you're gonna go traveling or something like that, because that was really the idea behind cloud gaming. Like, if you were gonna take your gaming experience, console quality, on the go somewhere, right? You need to have some way to connect to the internet, right? Which is either your data or some other Wi-Fi source, right? Well, the problem with data is that you have to go through your ISP to be able to do that. So you're already paying for them to make sure that your internet connection is there, right? But then on top of that, a lot of times data's connectivity is not very good in general, you know? But then not only do you have to deal with that, but you also have to deal with the fact that, you know, like I said, data caps. Now you have to think about maybe you getting unlimited data, which is giving you or causing you to pay more money and stuff like that. So now you have two options. You could either stay at home, go over the Wi-Fi, or deal with the crappy data that you have anywhere else. So, and if you're at home, it doesn't make any sense to use cloud-based products when you could do your land-based products, you know? And it's just crazy, man, because the only way that I would figure that anything like cloud gaming would work, right, is either one, a lot of the infrastructure that we have here now currently for gaming as it is doesn't exist or goes away, and then cloud gaming is probably one of the only options that we have. Either that, or cloud gaming offers you something, surprise, surprise, that other companies or people are not offering. You know, it has to have some kind of proprietary nature to it that will allure people into their service, right? Whether that's, you know, some kind of cloud exclusive game or some experience that can only be, you know, experienced via the technology of cloud or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's just not how it went, you know? And then on top of that, you need to have content that is comparable to other people on the market, because now that you're in this space, this gaming space, right, it's going to be competitive. You know, now you have to think about, well, what Sony has, you have to think about what Microsoft has, or any other Nintendo or any other platform, right? Because now you're battling for their attention and competing for their time and all this other kind of stuff, right? So now you have to consider, like, what type of quality products are they making, and then you have to make something similar. But not only do you have to make something similar, you have to make something of similar quality or better. And then you have to do it consistently. You know, that's how you get, you know, win over the hearts and minds of people who are skeptical about your product, you know. But we already knew that cloud gaming was a wash, man, you know. And it's funny because Microsoft is going down the same similar road with cloud gaming, you know, xCloud, whatever they call it nowadays. And a lot of their products are internet based or subscription based in some kind of way. And I think Stadia, this whole thing with Stadia is just another rung of this whole ladder that, you know, you know, the entire equation that we're all that we've all been talking about for so long now, you know, that just doesn't work. It's funny because people keep saying cloud gaming is the future, subscriptions are the future, so on and so forth, right? But everything, literally almost everything that had to do with the cloud or whatever, you know, is starting to be canceled. You know what I'm saying? And then subscriptions and stuff like that. I mean, I know people have looked into this and they know about this too. Subscriptions are failing as well, you know, astronomical amounts of money. And then a lot of them aren't even making a profit off of it in the first place, you know? So obviously, to some degree, it's not really what people want at the end of the day. And I think the market has spoken, man. People speak with their wallets. You know, all these people could say things about like what Sony's doing with the VR and all these other like cool little things and pieces of technology with their experiences, right? And how they won't stand the test of time or whatever the case is, right? But it's already been proven. VR has been around way longer than cloud gaming has been so far in terms of like how many people have been engaging with it and so on and so forth. So I like I said, I think the market has already spoken and nobody really wants VR. And this is just another piece of information, you know, a monumental piece of information that just, you know, lends credence to all of our positions on this particular matter. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. You know, I had to get that off my chest. It's a lot of stuff. I'm going to be talking about some other things in my next couple of videos, but that's just to start it off for now. But yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.